So yesterday I made a response video to at least one clip, which there are several, from a particular sister, and I found out her name by the name of Michelle Maiden. She made a video speaking about, the differences with at least her and her culture and how she feels, in which it represented her opinion. It didn't represent all the people of Haiti. It didn't even represent all Haitian immigrants. And I think I've said that several times in the previous video. But what happens in a lot of these comment sections, we have multiple people that I really want to address in here, because I think the level of ignorance at times is annoying and downright embarrassing. We have grown people that do not listen and comprehend at all. They hear one thing and they run off with it. They say they don't listen to the whole thing a person is saying. They just hear one thing and they go with it, and they shut down everything else that the person could even say it right after the fact. It could have been 30 seconds later. They could have clarified a point. It could have been a minute later. They could have explained why they actually said it. But usually when they leave comments, they usually tell on themselves. And if you are a person that's really, really grown, right, and you don't listen and comprehend, I can tell certain things may not be right in your personal life due to that. Because when you are grown, especially when you're trying to run multiple things, to say like me, I'm running, a company, have to manage multiple issues, multiple people, worry about, payroll, making sure that happens, making sure taxes are paid, making sure so many different things. It's a lot going on, right? I have to listen to a lot of people and comprehend what they're saying so I can execute. If I was a lot like some of you that just listen to one thing and didn't have no comprehension of it, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. You understand? But we'll get to all of that. So let's talk about correction. Correction and chastisement is something you do when you love someone. You don't do it when you hate them. When you hate them, you don't tell them anything. You let them go down the path of destruction. But when you have love for them, you correct them, right? You straighten them out. Now we have, our particular family, right, which would be Black America. Then we have our cousins, which is those in the Caribbean, those in the African continent, etc. Now, it is a basic principle of just respect that should be given to no matter where you go. For instance, if I go to your home and you invited me into your home and you made me some food, if I came into your home disrespecting you in your personal home, complaining about your home, complaining about the food, just not being a good guest, you would tell me, if I'm being extremely annoying, well, Phil, bro, this may not be the place for you. You probably need to go ahead on and leave. Now, would you be wrong for saying that this may not be the place for you because I'm complaining, I'm not liking the food, I'm whatever, I'm just being annoying? You would not want me to be there anymore, even though you invited me into your home. Prime example. If I would go to another country, wherever that country may be, pick one, and I go to the country and then they have made a way for me to come. They are nice to me. I've been to Ethiopia. Let's use them for example. What if I go to Ethiopia and then I'm complaining all the time? Or what if I go to Ethiopia and I'm saying that, well, my Black American culture is better than you Ethiopians? And I'm making videos saying that in Ethiopia. Do you think the Ethiopians will not tell me anything for saying that my culture, my Black American culture, is better than their Ethiopian culture? Or I've been to Kenya. If I was to go to Kenya and move over there, they made a way for me to come, right? And I would say, well, my Black American culture is better than you Kenyans. I don't want to deal with you Kenyans because my culture is better. Or, you know what I'm saying? Let's think about it in reverse. If we were to go do that, it would be a problem, and rightfully so, because that means that we would be disrespecting Kenyans. Or if we would go to Jamaica or wherever place that we would go, if we're saying that our culture is better, then you're disrespecting the people. anytime you think you're better than somebody, whether you're better than somebody based on, like the white supremacist think he's better than all of us based on his skin color, which we know he's remedial. There are people that think they're better than you because they got more education, more money, they're more traveled, maybe they are entrepreneur. Some people think they're better. It's all kinds of things that people think they're better than. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm in this social club, aka the boule, so I'm better than these other black people. You understand what I'm saying? That spirit is ugly. It don't matter where it comes from. So when we are addressing anyone who's saying that my culture is better than your culture and constantly talking down on Black American culture, then we have a right to say, wait a minute, you being disrespectful. That is legitimate to say. That doesn't, because see, one thing I noticed also by black folk, and this is globally, so it's not just one group. You hate correction. You hate it. You don't want nobody telling you when you're wrong. You can't stand it. Black Americans don't like it when you say they're wrong for whatever the reason may be. People in the Caribbean don't like it when you call them out. People in the continent of Africa don't like it when you call them out. Nobody likes to be called out. But I told y'all a long time ago, if you are doing something wrong, I have a platform enough to call you out. And the reason why I'm going to call you out is because I want you to fix yourself, because I love you. That's why. If I hated you, I wouldn't say nothing to you. See, notice the white supremacists, they don't try to tell us anything about correcting ourselves, do they? They want to see us destroy ourselves globally. That's why they don't address anything that we really do. And they don't lend a hand to help anything either. Right? So when anyone comes to America and say my culture is better, you notice that some people do throw away their own culture coming here? Because let's take the sister yesterday. If she didn't open her mouth, I thought she was just a Black American woman. You couldn't have told me she was Haitian if she wouldn't open her mouth. I didn't even hear an accent with her, right? But the first thing some people say when they say they have a better culture than ours, well, you say that you know where you come from, you have your language, you have this and the third. Fine. Listen, that's your story. That's not our story. That's history. I'm not upset by that. At least when it comes to you, I'm not. But when you come here, you're not wearing your traditional clothing. You're not. You're not trying to, even your artists in these other countries aren't trying to look like they have their traditional clothing. I've been there. I've seen it, the traditional clothing. And you don't want to wear it. You look no different than any other Black American out there. You know what I'm saying? So if you're saying your culture is better, then why aren't you wearing the cultural clothing, doing the things that are cultural, since it's better? Because our culture is trash, right? And it does. And once again, for the slow people in the back of the room, because I have to say slow at this point, I'm not speaking about everybody. I'm speaking about those who think that way. You understand what I'm saying? I should have played my disclaimer before I started this video, but unfortunately I forgot to do that. So if your culture is better, then why you throw it away the moment you get to America? Another thing, do you know how to multitask in your personal life? Let's address some other comments that were said yesterday too, because this is why we in now I'm talking about Black America. This is why we stay losing in a lot of ways, because you're only a one-track mind. I have been preaching to you to prepare yourself for a long time. The first thing I told you back in 2018, I told all of you, get your passports, all of you. I say you should not just have a driver's license, but you should have a passport as well. That way you got freedom of movement wherever you want to go. I say have your passports, start traveling. It opens up your mind. It opens up your kids' mind. Listen, it is great conversations that I have with my 8-year-old about countries that we visited, things that she's seen, questions she has. If I would have never taken her to these particular other countries I've taken her to, me and my 8-year-old would have never had this particular conversation. Or my other daughters who are grown and just came back from South Africa, we'd have never had certain conversations, right? They just open up their mind. But one comment that said this, when she said that, well, Black Americans don't understand about fleeing. A comment came in, well, you tell us to go to motherland, but now you talking about how we build things, we fought things. That is history. I can't deny history. How am I going to deny the history of Black America? How? That is what happened. Black America built the America. Black America fought in everything. The history and also current history. Black America does not have a particular country that we can just go to and the doors will open up. We got to go through a process. Not to say the process is hard. I told people the easiest way to get into any other country, especially if you're a single man or single woman, is go find you a woman or a man in that country and marry them. That's the easiest way in. Hell, that's what the Chinese are doing to get in a lot of these countries, right? But the difference with someone like her leaving her country versus you is two different things. It's two different things. Number one, her people are the majority. That's number one. There is a major difference when you are the majority versus when you're not the majority and you live in a country where they're importing people in that's weaponized against you. Because you stand in the way of the complete assimilation into white supremacy. You stand in the way. I stand in the way. You understand? Listen to what she said yesterday, is that she's not coming over here to fight anything. And when we stand up and fight, and when we talk about things like George Floyd, etc., right? We stand in the way of their assimilation, because what happens is white supremacy look at them because they Black like us, and they side-eyeing them. Even though they saying what they may want to hear, they still side-eyeing them because like, no, eventually you're going to side with them because you Black. Eventually you're going to. Yeah, you may be raccooning out, but certain things could happen and make you change. So I got to watch you. I got to watch you too. And because they get some of that sentiment, because they want to assimilate to white supremacy, that's why sometimes they get mad at us, because we stand in the way of that. It's a lot of groups that get upset with us because we stand in the way of their complete assimilation into white supremacy, because the white supremacists is always mad at us because we won't bow the knee to them like they would like. You understand? So in America, because a lot of you just insulate yourself in America, you don't study geopolitics at all. You don't study it. You don't even know what your country really is doing to other countries outside of what's happening to you here in America. The reason why I tell you have your passport, the reason why I tell you is to get you a second address. Hell, you want a third one, that's fine too. I've told you, visit the Caribbean if you don't want to go too far away from America. Go to the continent of Africa. The reason why I've told you this, one, these are Black nations I'm talking about. I'm not telling you to go from here to freaking Paris, France. That's the same thing. You might want to stay here if that's what you're going to do. I never told you to go to Canada. I would never advise you to go to anywhere in the West, because they collectively the problem, right? For at least for us as Black America. But America has done a lot of things, y'all, throughout the world. They have caused coups. They have bombed people. They have done so many different things, stole resources, whatever. And there's a lot of countries that's really upset. And they all starting to gather together in groups now against the United States. Now, me and you, we talking about Black America. We never said to go do these things to other countries. We never promoted it. We never supported it. Other than those who are in the military. And I know those brothers and sisters in the military, they just doing it because, hey, they just either their career or something they just want to do. They're not trying to be on no imperialistic crap. I know that. No Black veterans. I know that. But we trying to, in this country, we've been dealing with our own issues and problems with the white supremacists, right? Within the country, just like people been dealing with them outside the country. Well, when that smoke, because it is coming down the pipe, there's going to be a lot of smoke happening toward this country through all those other countries. My mindset is my people, Black America, have suffered enough. We do not need to suffer for what these white supremacists done in foreign lands. Why should we suffer for them? We should have suffered by them for hundreds of years. Now we're going to have to, now you're telling me that we should have no options that we should suffer what's coming down the pipe because of them? Listen, we have fought for this country. We have bled for this country in foreign lands. And then when we go fight and die in foreign lands, the people who survive it come back here and they was getting swinging from a tree in a military uniform. These people have never appreciated nothing that Black America done. Nothing. We talking about American history. Yes, we innovated America. Yes, we have. We built a beautiful country, and these people have ruined it. They ruined it because if you study their history back in Europe, they ruined that too. Remember the medieval times? Who took them out of the medieval times? The Moors. We always coming up to save them. The time has to come where we have to say we ain't saving nobody. We only saving ourselves. Now, they all always talking about scriptures and reading the Bible and all that stuff you like talking about. The majority of you talk about have some sort of believe in God, the Bible, or some sort of Christianity. You may not be going to church, but at least you have some belief in it. There's a scripture in Revelation 18 tells you to come out from among them, lest these judgments and plagues fall upon you. Paraphrasing. I don't want to suffer a judgment. I don't want to suffer a plague for them. What they did, they need to suffer their own judgment. They need to suffer their own plague. Period. When I talk about my brothers and sisters that come over here and with this uppity attitude, thinking they better, thinking they brand new, or let me side with white supremacy because I don't want them to kick me out, that sort of thing too. I'm going to call them out and let them know, hey, brother, sister, you're wrong. You're not right for that. I'm going to let them know. And I'm also going to let us know when we wrong too. I'm going to do that. And if you don't like that sort of correction, if you don't like to hear that, then I may not be the brother for you, because I do multiple things at multiple times. I don't forget nothing I say. I know why I say it, why I promote it, etc. It's just that simple. Now, for me, like I told you before, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm going to do. I will never tell you the day nor the hour of none of my movements. When people see me pop up in different cities, say, man, I didn't know you was going. I mean, you should have let somebody know. No, I will never let you know when I'm going to pop up. Never. That is wisdom to never let nobody know where you showing up, what country you showing. Now, of course, tours, you know I'm in the area, but I'm not never going to tell you my location, my whereabouts. That's just not wise to do. And I'm definitely not letting you know my personal plans. That's something we shouldn't do either. Black people, we've talked too much. And we tip too many people off to sabotage us for the good things that we trying to do. I'm a firm believer of let people know what you did after it's accomplished. That's fine. Let people know. You got your inner circle, whoever that may be that you trust, you can talk to about things, right? But when it comes to us in America, and also brothers and sisters outside of America, or even those who are coming here, I got love for everybody. I love everybody. If you're doing right and you are righteous, I'm your brother. If you're doing wrong, I'm gonna call you out. It's just that simple. If you acting like a bootlicking raccoon shine, I'm gonna call you out. No matter if you in my ethnic group, Black America, or you part of the cousins outside of America, I'm gonna call you out. Who else gonna call you out? Them folks don't care about you. I care about you. I understand certain things that we do is destructive. And I don't want nothing bad to happen to none of us. We all need to work together. I don't want to work together with no raccoon. I don't care where he come from or if he's in my particular ethnic group. I don't care. I don't want to work with them. I don't want to deal with them. But y'all got to understand that we got a lot more things that we need to accomplish. Things are coming down the pipe y'all not paying attention to with this particular government. And I don't think Black America should be suffering certain things when we had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry. We suffered slavery. We suffered Jim Crow. We suffered all that. And we continue to suffer now. But what's coming down the pipe years later, it's not our problem. We should not be fighting for them no more because they didn't appreciate not a drop of blood that was spilled by Black America. Now, you could disagree with me. You could fight for these people. And you'll come home and still have a knee on your neck like George Floyd. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not fighting for these people. No, I'm not. I'll fight for black people. Sure, I'll fight for black people all day long. But I'm not fighting for them. No. Let them go fight for themselves for a change. Since they're I always say that. Since you're so superior, you go fight. You go fight for yourself. Because you're superior, right? I'm inferior. So, show me how it's done since you're so superior. Everything that we try to do to try to even help y'all take our good nature, take our help, get you out of an issue or a problem, and then you go right back to treating us like crap. So don't conflate history when I talk about history, because history is what it is. Don't conflate anything that I say with what I'm telling you about the future. I speak about the future. See, I understand what the past is, and I will acknowledge the past and the greatness of our ancestors. But there is a future too that we got to pay attention to. And my people, from what I see, even globally, it's our time. It's our time now. It is our time. And if you position yourself the right way, if you position yourself right now, position yourself to take advantage of that rise of the black man and black woman throughout the world, you're going to benefit. And that's what I want. I want you to position yourself in a global economy. Global. I didn't say just one economy, the global economy, to take advantage. Because trust me, when you are as a black American moving around the world, you're treated much different and looked at different versus them folks. Because them folks show up certain places, people giving them the side eye now. They're not giving us a side eye because we never did anything. So we should not suffer for them folks. But let me know what y'all think about, this conversation here, because we just need to have that. But y'all let me know what y'all think, with this situation here. But we are just trying to engage and make change, and also correct some brothers and sisters if they're wrong. But learn to multitask, because life is about multitasking. Because if you can't multitask, you're going to lose.